Off message. This opinion by leading lady addresses media influence and the role of journalism. My generation folks will remember Cliff Notes, the bright yellow and black study guides that assisted our understanding of literature and other works. Cliff Notes refers to summarized study guides. Assisted means helped. Some folks will accuse these guides of being substitutes for the original work, but I found them really helpful. Substitutes means replacements. Now that we have AI, assisting students, maybe all these guides and explainers will become redundant too. Redundant means unnecessary or no longer needed. Earlier this week, I played a video explaining Marshall McLuhan's book, The Medium is the Massage. The first proof had a typo for message, but McLuhan liked it so much he let it stay, saying it was right on target because mediums do massage sensory parts of the brain. Or nasuwang. Proof means a preliminary version. Mediums refers to communication channels. First published in 1967, his premise: it is not the content of the medium that matters, but the characteristics of the medium that determine the content, remains relevant today. Premise means main idea. Relevant means still applicable. He believed media was an extension of ourselves. It extends our capabilities, enabling us to think differently and interact with others differently too. Extension of ourselves means an added function to human ability. He also said, media alters our sense ratios, so the content of the medium comes to our senses, and that impacts how we use our other senses. Alters means changes. Sense ratios refers to how different senses are engaged. One example that is often cited to illustrate this is the presidential debate between Richard Nixon and John F. Kennedy. Folks who watched it on TV thought Kennedy won, while those who listened to it on the radio thought Nixon did. Cited means referenced. Illustrate means to explain with an example. It was the same content, but what people observed or what they thought happened was very different depending on the medium they were using, wrote Cesar Hidalgo from the MIT Media Lab. Observed means noticed. Medium refers to the mode of communication, TV or radio. The media thus has social consequences. Social consequences means effects on society. We have seen this play out with addictions to social media, polarization in society, and even disinformation as predicted by McLuhan. Polarization means extreme division of opinions. Disinformation means false information spread deliberately. He also saw that technology and communication would create a global village, a term he coined, at a time when it sounded too futuristic to imagine, so his prescience makes him an important media theorist. Global village means the world becoming interconnected through media. Prescience means foresight or ability to predict the future. New media does create new societies, but are they well informed? New media refers to digital platforms like social media, and clearly one that leaders like Donald Trump and Imran Khan take inspiration from. Take inspiration from means, learn, and apply ideas from. They understand how the medium through which they communicate has more value than the message. Medium means platform like TV or social media. Without social media, for example, these leaders would not hold the power they do today. Their mediums drove their success. Drove their success means contributed significantly to their rise. Khan has continued to dominate the headlines across mediums since his ouster in April 2022, despite the bans on his mention, his images, etc. Ouster means removal from office. Dominate headlines means consistently being in the news. Now he's threatening to write letters every day. He keeps himself in the media, and we, as consumers, respond to the world in new ways, not always for good reasons. Threatening means warning of an action. Across the Atlantic, Khan's one-time friend Trump, yet to see if he pulls through for the jailed PTI leader the way it is being hoped, is causing a meltdown in the media. Meltdown means chaos or controversy. He's pushing through executive orders, his controversial appointments are cruising through the Senate, and then there's Elon Musk, the unelected billionaire, slashing federal agencies. Pushing through means aggressively implementing. Cruising through means easily passing approval. Slashing agencies means cutting government institutions or funding. New media really does create new societies, as futurist writer Alvin Toffler said. Futurist means someone who predicts future trends. But are they well-informed and empowered to make the right decisions concerning their future? Empowered means given the ability or authority. Everything is media, said Steve Bannon, Trump's former advisor, cum guru, in an interview recently. Cum guru means serving as both an advisor and ideological mentor. No, that's why the cabinet is all TV guys. Bannon was famed for his opposition to the media, and his strategy of dealing with them was to flood the zone with asterisk. Opposition means strong criticism. Flood the zone means overwhelming the media with excessive information, making it hard to focus on facts. That happened in 2016 and is happening now as media scrambles to report on the supposed mayhem his administration is causing. Scrambles means rushes chaotically. Mayhem means disorder or chaos. The media, in its bid to appear nonpartisan after being partisan before Trump's election, now comes off as weak. Bid means attempt. Nonpartisan means neutral, not favoring any side. As a result of this, we better show both sides. The audience does not have the full picture. Full picture means complete understanding of events. Rupert Murdoch, one of the most influential media moguls, was spotted in the Oval Office. Media mogul means a powerful media owner. Spotted means seen or reported to be present. This was after a stinging piece in the Wall Street Journal, owned by Murdoch, which described Trump's 25% proposed border tax on Canada as one of the dumbest in history. Stinging piece means harshly critical article. Proposed border tax refers to a suggested tariff on Canadian imports. However, Trump did pause on those plans. Pause on means temporarily halt or reconsider. Are audiences able to see how those business relationships play out in the media they consume? Play out means unfold or have an impact. The media is often treated as the opposition by administrations that like to bulldoze their way, making their rich friends richer and throttling any dissent. Bulldoze their way means forcefully push forward. Throttling dissent means suppressing criticism or opposition. This is all too familiar here, where each government has muzzled the press with iterations of PICA-like laws. This one is the worst, but I doubt it will be the last. Muzzled the press means restricted media freedom. PICA-like laws refer to media control regulations. It brings me back to asking, what is the role of journalism? Role of journalism means the purpose or responsibility of news reporting. It is shockingly simpler than we realize. Tell the truth, not his, hers, yours, their truth. Shockingly simpler means surprisingly straightforward. That comes from reporting, hardcore and deep, not talking heads or lazy writers who have to acquiesce to big money media bosses who are only in it to further their economic interests. Hardcore and deep means serious investigative work. Talking heads means TV commentators with little original input. Acquiesce means comply reluctantly. The writer is an instructor of journalism. Leading lady. Published in Dawn, February 16, 2025.